Hi, my name is Rubi Torres, and today we're going to talk about BuzzFeed. So BuzzFeed calls itself the media company for the social age. It's becoming the new source of news and entertainment for our generation because it's information written by our own peers. Personally, I find myself turning more and more to BuzzFeed when it comes to breaking news, more than I do CNN, the local news, and even the New York Times. So I'll start off by explaining what BuzzFeed is and the topics that they cover, and then I'll talk about how they've gained momentum and how credible they are as a news source. So BuzzFeed is a New York-based internet media company founded in 2006 by Jonah Peretti, John Johnson, and Kenneth Lear, who's also the co-founder of the Huffington Post. At first, BuzzFeed started as just a website that posted 5 to 6 links a day, which were based on popularity. They used algorithms that scanned hundreds of blogs and looked at how fast links were being shared. To quote Jonah Peretti, "It was so liberating to do just one company and to be able to focus entirely on what I love, which was figuring out why people share things and how ideas spread." So this is why BuzzFeed was created. One of the ways that BuzzFeed is different from other news sites is that they cover a little bit of everything. They cover news, entertainment, food, fashion, politics, and one of their main differentiators is that they always cover issues that marginalized people care about. They also use a lot of social media platforms to deliver their content to their consumers, like Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. According to their website, BuzzFeed is published on more than 30 social media platforms, with 75% of unique visitors coming from social media platforms. They have more than 7 billion monthly global content viewers and more than 200 million unique visitors from around the world. So BuzzFeed is able to generate these numbers using clickbait articles that attract attention and draw people to their site. These are some of the examples, like this family photo has everybody on the internet freaking out. Their target audience is millennials and people that use their social media platforms, and they also target people on mobile devices, with more than 70% of their traffic coming from mobile devices. Their hiring process also targets young social media-minded journalists and editors, and they target a diverse audience using a diverse staff. For example, they do a lot of these types of videos on these kind of topics, and the people that they choose to speak up on these topics are usually people that already work for the company. In an email to the representative of Nike, Jonah Peretti requested to have a custom pair of shoes with the word sweatshop on it. After they denied his request, Jonah Peretti sent the email to 12 of his friends, and after 3 months, millions of people had seen the emails, and he was on the Today Show to talk about labor practices. This shows how the website can publish an article and have it grow in a short period of time, and the company has grown itself similarly using social media platforms. BuzzFeed covers many topics, mainly whatever's currently happening that's the most popular, and this includes coverage on national and international elections and events as well. According to a survey by the Pew Research Center, 62% of people get their news from an online source, and for people that are 18 and 29 years old, that number is 84%. This shows that most people get their news from an online source such as BuzzFeed, and it also shows that millennials are starting to get information differently from other generations, and how online news is starting to replace newspapers, articles, and TVs, since it's easier to just immediately look up this information on your phone or computer. So these are some of the articles that target millennials, like Beyonce paid tribute to the police officers who were killed in Dallas, and people say Pokemon Go is helping them improve their mental health. BuzzFeed articles aren't always credible, but this may be due to their system of always grabbing the most shared subjects on the internet and not necessarily the most important. BuzzFeed editors say that their audience see their website as a place where you can find really cool stuff, but not a place you can really trust. And they're trying to change that, but for now, BuzzFeed focuses more on popularity and getting people to their site than the accuracy of their articles. This is an article showing that BuzzFeed is not very credible, but they openly explain that they seek popularity in consumers. So if they're focusing on popularity, then what's it all about? Well, to quote Bill Colony, content isn't about the content itself, but the emotion that it can evoke from its audience. So this is how BuzzFeed connects to their audience, because they've realized that getting that emotional response is more important than the journalistic quality of their content. Because that emotional response is going to be the main reason that people share their content, and their content lets people give their own meaning to an article because of the open-ended list format that they use. So BuzzFeed is an online media company that's targeting millennials using a unique format. It's a company that's changing how people consume news and entertainment that may not be credible, but focuses on popularity and website traffic. In conclusion, as a society, we're constantly changing how we get our news. Newspapers were replaced by the radio, TVs replaced radios, and now TVs are being replaced by the internet and social media. With the advent of social media and the ability to access it on platforms like your cell phone, millennial-specific news apps such as BuzzFeed News is the new way that we're learning to absorb news.